Well, guys, I'm back one more time. I'm that dude from South Carolina they call Drummer 1980. I hope y'all having a good day out there. And if that's not the case, ask yourself why, because after all, happiness is an inside job. And it will always be an internal affair. Well, guys, 2026, my first video, guys, right? We need to talk about a few things, guys, because there going to be some changes. I'm going to start covering several topics, okay? Different topics, hot topics, what have you. And in particular, I'm going to cover the Lapeef. Now, don't get it twisted. I was one of the first channels on YouTube. And you can go back in my YouTube catalog and see this. I was one of the first channels to do reactions on the Lapeef network back in 2021, 22. Shout out to JR. Shout out to the panel. But guys, I'm going to start doing some reaction videos to the panels, just giving my perspective, all right? But I'm going to call your attention to the screen. Let's go, guys.
All right, hold on. I know Ty wanted to jump in. Ish, did you want to jump in? You want to respond?
Wow, real quick.
I'm going to just say this and I'm going to let Ty, and then I'll come back around after Ty finish. But a quick Google search will literally shut y'all up. Like, please just Google, will the world crumble if men quit or women? It's going to tell you women. Because the main reason is because we pour so much into the market. We spend a lot of money. It's going to tell you that because it's true facts. The GDP will drop so, like, it wouldn't work.
In one day, if women decide to be right.
Dollar bill is not even
turned down. Hold on, let me just read it verbatim. If women stop working today, the economy would experience a severe downturn due to massive drop in GDP, collapsing sectors like healthcare and education, and a significant drop in consumer spending. We knew that. The absence of nearly half the workforce would lead to major disruptions, including labor shortages in critical fields, widespread poverty, and a sharp decline in economic activity and innovation. Like, just saying that type of stuff sounds
Well, who said the world would fall apart if y'all couldn't work? Like, nobody said that. I never said that.
We just saying if women.
You're not listening, sir.
I am listening. Hold on.
Let me was shaking their head yes when we were like, y'all don't think the world will fall apart if women stop working. If half the workforce decided to not work anymore, the economy wouldn't fall. They're like, no, of course not. We would find a way. We would lose 21 billion.
JR, where do you get these people from, man? I'm going to just give you one example that recently happened and the world didn't shut down. Remember back in 2020 when COVID happened? Oh, God. See, you have to think before you speak, huh? Most jobs were shut down. Most of who was complaining? The women. And I love women. Now, don't get it twisted. But when I heard fabrication and falsehoods and misinformation, I have to say something. Yes, the economy will tank slightly, but men will close the gaps because you have to think about something. And it's very simple, very logical, because men are linear thinkers, rational thinkers. A man can do any job a woman can do. Women can't do every job men can do. God almighty, I'm back, y'all. A man can do every job a woman can do. A woman can't do every job a man can do. Checkmate. Back in 2020 when COVID happened, people were complaining, women were complaining, men were doing the what? Essential jobs. Everything kept on rolling. I didn't miss a beat because one of my jobs are essential. I'm in the engineering field, okay? Bridges, roadways, pipelines, signals, optic wiring, all of that good stuff. But the notion that women are tantamount to a man. See, this is where we get it messed up, guys. Some women want to be equal to a man. That's not where you powerful at. That position is already filled. Your position has to be filled. Gee, but you want to vacate your position and try to step in the shoes of another individual. That's why they're empowering y'all to lose all the time. You're cutting your nose off to spite your face. Huh? Is this thing on?
And one day,
the whole world. The world needs everybody.
Middle class, and I just want to pick with you philosophical. You talking about men out here not trying to be women? Yes, they are.
Yes,
They literally are.
I mean, the ones that call it. Hold on. Let me respond to that. The only men that's trying to be women, we already know what type of men those are, and those are the men. Hold on. Let me finish.
No, you didn't let her finish though. She's still not.
All right, all right. Y'all go ahead. I thought she was finished. I was just responding, but I guess you still got more to say, Ty. I'm sorry. Can I respond?
You go ahead.
Is that a thumbs up? Pretty intellectual? Is that a pass? Okay. So like I was saying, we all know what type of men like to do that. But those are the men that y'all befriend the most. So don't bring them men up when you try to make a point, because if anybody coddles those type of men and make those men feel proud to be women, it's black women. So let's stop that right there.
We're not talking about them.
That's not a lie. That's not a lie.
That's not who she's discussing, though.
That's not.
But them the only men that want to be women. Who else want to be women?
He said that men want to be women.
Who else wants to be
she's
women?
not saying all men want to be women. She's referencing, like, if you go on social media, right, you'll see men who say things like, women live life on easy mode. Women don't really have to do anything. And when you
that means I want to be a woman.
I could a soft man life. Yes, I think that.
That's up to
if you embrace your masculinity, you wouldn't even be concerned about if a woman is living a soft life or not.
Or not.
So what about the women who want to be men, who want to make money like men, who want to run houses like men? Like, do they want to be guys, or they just want their own independence?
They could be highly masculine.
So they want to be guys?
They could be, but that's why we said we're not discussing all men. We're discussing the specific ones who make those types of statements. When you say, any human being is living on easy mode, you're pretty much robbing them of the human experience of providing for oneself, living on their own, conquering challenges. A woman's life is not set on easy mode. Now, in comparison to other countries, does it tend to be a little bit less difficult because we're not in manual labor? We might not be out farming and tilling the field. It's still a weird statement to say that someone is living life on easy mode. And if you're a man and proud to be a man, you're not bothered by the fact that your life is on hard mode. You're just living in your masculinity and doing so. There's no need to berate a woman's experience just because maybe your life is seen as more difficult. We're not discussing men like you guys.
Well, I see what the good sister is saying, but in the context of this conversation that's taking place, guys, a lot of women will throw it up in your face how good they doing and how well they're doing. They are so educated and they raise that up like some type of paragon of virtue or something. You understand? Like, this is the top of the zenith. I have no problem with a woman being educated, having a nice career, trajectory to go upward. Matter of fact, I want you to claim, but it's the attitude that comes along with the degrees. It's the entitlement. Someone will tell you, like, I'm better than you. Your life is much easier than our life. And I have no problem with it because my shoulders are broad. Okay. But I understand this, and I'm going to put myself in the fight. If my family go down, people are not going to look at my wife. People going to look at me. But a man's life is more difficult, but men don't have no problem with it. The only problem that we have is when women start talking heavy, if you understand that. I got this. I don't need no man. I got all this. Sister, hold on, sister. I'm glad you're doing well, but it's called simply just being an adult. God almighty. Did somebody hear me? It's just called being an adult. What men do you know go around talking, well, I don't need no women. I can do things on my own. Yes, men can do stuff by themselves. It's a proven fact. But we don't hold that up like, okay, it's called being an adult. Okay, so what? You can go get you an apartment or a Corolla or a Honda. That's fine. Nobody don't have no problem with it. And then some of them try to flex, try to go get a little CLA 250 Mercedes because it had a Mercedes logo on the front. Nah, if you really want to do something, go to the S series. God told me. If you want to do something when you get a BMW, don't jump on a little 2 or 3 series. At least get a 5, at least that. But go up to a 7 series. Huh? That's what I'm talking about. If you're gonna get a Lexus, don't go get a little IS 250, IS 300. Go get an LS then. But they talk so heavy, like they on top of the world, and no man can't tell me nothing. And I know, guys, avoid those women like the plague. Is what we saying.
Not who she's speaking about.
Easy mode.
No, I didn't say, but she's referencing those type of men who make statements like that. No one here has said that, but we don't also represent every man, woman, and child in the world.
That don't equate to wanting to be a woman, though. That don't equate to that.
They're literally saying that they do, but I was just throwing a jab your way because you said men are out here not trying to be like women. I'm like, they literally are. Like,
but that example is not that. But the only I hear y'all.
The example of women wanting to be like men is women wanting to work. So it's not women going out and growing beards.
No, that's not the example.
It's not us having fitteds and snapbacks. It's not us sagging our pants and wearing boxers. It's not us putting on J's, and it's none of that. It's
there are women that do that.
There are women that do that, literally.
Yeah, but we know what they are too. Just like he said about the guys who do it.
Those won't be the arguments I would bring up, though.
So
I wouldn't bring that up.
I didn't say that's what I
men who want life on easy mode would be equivalent to you saying women want to be men because women want to be out here doing these certain jobs. Maybe women like to work in those labor jobs. Maybe women want to be welders. I literally have a friend who is in welding school right now. She's a beautiful woman. She wants to be a welder.
What's exactly? How many women want to do that, though?
It's got to be less than 5%.
Exactly.
There are women who desire these positions. These women do not want to be men. These women.
So let me tell you what I mean by that.
Want to do these roles.
So can I tell you what I mean by that?
Wild accusations as well. Okay. You were also making wild accusations. Nobody made the assumption that dressing up was what we were talking about. It was clearly about how we decide to show up in society. And you stating that women wanted to do these certain jobs, make certain decisions, that you said to be a woman, women want to go out. You literally said women want to be men. They don't want to stay at home. They don't want to talk about being a mother. They don't want to stay in the house and cook. You literally brought those as the examples of womanhood. And women are saying, I'm more than that. I learned to cook at 13. When I got puberty, I was able, when I hit puberty, I was able to have kids. Those are things that before I was even an adult, I knew how to do, right? However, everything else I've done since then that I'm genuinely proud of, things I've worked for, that is a part of my humanity. And that goes back to what I said earlier with Kiana. The reason why feminism is necessary is because men have consistently denied us of our humanity, and they've chosen to box us in and to say womanhood, your humanity, is children, cooking, house. And women have said, no, I want more. And that's your problem.
Wow, she said a mouthful of googly gop. Some of what she said, I can rock with some of what she said, but other parts of what she's saying about feminism and all this stuff, some of my men have denied. No. Do not conflate the dominant society with black men. That is something that y'all have to stop doing because it's convenient doing this argument. Now, you know, black men in general have not denied you of anything. And let's bring and put everything on the table and let's be forthright and brutally honest. You know that. So I wonder why would she raise this point? Like we have held them back from education. She sounds like she could be from the Caribbean or some way. So the men in this country, the black males in this country, I'm talking about the FBA, have not denied their women of anything. I'm talking about as a group, collectively. Okay. So that point there is a red herring. That's a straw man argument because we all know that's not true. That there is 100% not true. Feminism, black women should not even touch feminism because we all know where that came from. That started off with the white women, but they clammed up on your back and you hauled them across the finish line, basically. They use you as the attack dogs, okay? And we all know that Margaret Sanger, Hillary Clinton idol, and we all know what Margaret Sanger said about black people in general, right? She said that we are going to use the black preachers Okay, y'all better study some of these people and know where this stuff originated from. Simply because the spirit of it is still here. And I can hear it through her. I can hear it through her. God almighty, did you hear me? I can hear it through her. I guarantee you, I never met her, don't know her from a can of paint. I seen a couple clips with her in it. I will go out on a limb and say she probably believe in unaliving babies. I'm just saying. Now, I might be wrong. But that is the vibe that I get from her because it's a woman right. Now, if you laid your steak behind down there, gap your legs open, you and that man need to figure it out. I don't care whether he's any good or not. You chose him. He picked you, right? Y'all picked each other. Deal with it. I don't care if it's legalized. So what? And another thing, women have the same opportunities men have. What job selection do they lean towards, guys? Office jobs, soft, cushy jobs. Why? Now, this is a free market. You can become whatever you want to become, right? Why do they always lean towards the soft, cushy, feathery jobs? Huh?
So, like I said, when I brought up women want to be men, I'm not talking about dressing like a man. I'm talking about having authority, trying to run things, you don't have, women, of course, no one's just going to be in a house and cooking it. Like, it's 2025. No, we got to be outside. What I'm saying is there's a group of women who don't even want to do it at all. I'm not saying that's all you got to do, because I'm going to cook sometimes. Like, we share roles in the house. It's not just one person anymore. This ain't the 1920s or something. But what I'm saying is there seems to be an outcry of women who downplay not only themselves doing it, but I see other women knock other women who say, hey, I'm cool just being a mother. I'm cool just being a helper of my husband. I'm cool with that. And I don't see women say, you know what, sister, that's cool for you. I appreciate that. They say, well, girl, you're a pick-me. You should want to do more. Like, women knock other women for just cool with just being in that role. So obviously there's some type of animosity, not only towards men, but other women who are cool with playing that role. I see a lot of women knocking women for just being nice ladies. It's like, when I say be like men, I'm not just talking about working. I'm just talking about the energy, the spirit, the competitiveness, always trying to be antagonistic with a man with this tit for tat. Anything you could do, I could do better type of thing. It's like, look, designed to meet the nose function. You can do what you want to do, but what you're designed to do is something totally different. A man can be feminine and do feminine stuff, but that's not.
Ill is cooking. Everything he say, I agree with it. It's not the women want to be like, it's the spirit of the woman. It's like a dude. Her whole countenance, her vibe, her aura is that of a man. She is aggressive. Do you understand? That's what come along with some of these jobs. Family, you put these women in these environments and it changes them. And it turns them for the worse. Yes, they make money, but they sacrifice other things. Their femininity is on the chopping block, though. And men don't want a woman that's not feminine. I say men. Now, of course, you have the outliers and the happenstance, okay? The unicorns, but we don't speak to those. We talk about the general, the bulk, the mass, the concentration of people, okay? See, but a woman that said, well, I know one person, that's one person. We talk about 100,000, 1 million, 10 million. You talking about 10,000 people. No. We speak to the mass. But continue to cook, Ia.
He's designed to do. A woman can do a bunch of stuff men can do, but is she designed to do that? Like your friend, she wants to be a welder. That's great. I know women who work in a lot of fields because shit is getting real and they don't have a man. So they got to do jobs that they never thought they would have to do. They welding, they doing all types of things that they never had to do before out of necessity, more than they want to do it. But a lot of those women, I mean, how many women up here really want to work in a sewer? Like, they don't want to do that shit, man. It's like, you can, but do you want to? No. So what I'm saying is,
we do want to be a welder like that. I find that.
How long you want to be a welder, Bo?
Man.
No, let's engage. How long you want to be a welder?
For a few years now.
For a few years now, exactly. That's not what you wanted to do.
Hold on. Let's stop. Because I was interested in carpentry and all of that when I was a little girl because my father was into it. He would not teach me because I was a girl. I would have been into it if my father didn't feel like girls don't do that work. I wanted to when I was a little girl.
Hold up, stop the press. Okay. We understand that your father didn't want to steer you in that direction, okay? But what stopped you whenever you became an adult? And you just admitted by your own admission that you wanted to do it for a few years now. Okay, so what's stopping you? It's very simple. Ask a question and just be quiet and just listen to the answer. What's stopping her from going to become a certified welder now? I'm telling you what's stopping her. That heat, them sparks getting down your jacket, because I have weld before. Yes, I have. Them sparks getting down your jacket, getting behind that helmet. Oh, okay, all right. Go ahead. You think your hair blonde now? Your hair be black by the time you... What's stopping you, Bo?
Nothing wrong with it. What I'm saying is how many women want to do that. There's always a nuance. It's men who want to be ballerinas. Like it's men that want to do a lot of this, but we talking about what happens in mass. What happens in mass, most women do not want to be welders.
I want you to look up the growing number of women who are becoming carpenters, contractors, welders, all of that. Those
of course, because it's real. You gotta do that shit now.
But how do you know the intention, really, though? You could say you want to do something because it pays a lot of money. We don't know their intention. They could be doing it just because they're looking for trade people, because the number of people that were in blue collar work has dropped incredibly and trade has dropped. So like plumbers, electricians, they're actually saying they need like 200,000 people to enter those trades because there's so few people that are in it. So are we gravitating to that because of a need to make the money, or are we doing it because we truly have a passion to weld or do electricity or plumb? So that's why I said, what is the intention?
And by the way,
that's what I'm saying. They gotta do it. Ain't because that's what they want to do.
Google this. We know this in the STEM fields. I've been in education for a minute, and I just had this conversation. STEM is not the field that most women want to be in, right?
Nope.
It's not at all. Okay, so these things that y'all have, this person or you as an individual, that's awesome. But as it relates to what's going on in the United States, women do not want to do hard labor jobs, right? So that is a fact, right? And then as we talk about these things, that because men, we need both. We understand that. It's a matter of people don't know their roles though, right? There is a role that each one of us plays. And like I'm with Il, and me and Il, we disagree a lot. You know what I'm saying? And so on this particular matter, I'm seeing the point of that there are women that will be upset that another woman wants to be a stay-at-home mom. Right? They will say, why are you wasting your time doing that? When that's one of the most important things of an adolescent that they could have. And then going back to the economics of, and I read what y'all had put up there about the women is crashing and things of that nature. I want y'all to pay attention to the fields in which they talked about. It was healthcare. If women went back to the household and they was watching their kids, it would be less children going to the hospital. And moms would be the ones that are taking care of those little boo-boos and whatnot, right? Then you go back to the other one was education, because most educators are women, right? We know this. And so if women went back into the house, they would be educating their own kids. And if you talk about, we talk about this system of the white man or this patriarchy, public school was designed by a white person to imprison us as individuals. So in actuality, we would have a step up because homeschoolers do far better than individuals in the public school.
Shout out to Humber Dad. He cooking with some fish grease. Everything he said, you can't refute that. Because as he was talking, I was sitting there thinking, this public school stuff, you have to know how to navigate through school, because if you don't, they will indoctrinate you, not educate you. Indoctrinate you. Indoctrinate you with what? With their frame of thinking, how they want you to think. They lead you to a dirty pond, so to speak. And yes, STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Women can't stand math. Most women like English. Oh, God. Is that the truth, guys? Do women like math, guys, in general? Because I know very few Most of them, healthcare, education, and government jobs. Yep. Admins and secretaries and all that stuff. Yes, nurses and all that stuff like that. Yes. What he said can be verified. I'm in the STEM field. There are very few women. It's a male-dominated field. It's a lot of math that goes on, guys. A lot of calculations that goes on. Okay? But family, tell me what y'all think about this video, guys. Tell me exactly what y'all think. Shout out to the panel. Like I said, I don't have no ill feelings towards nobody that's sitting on the panel. I'm just giving my honest opinion. All right, guys. Shout out to the panel, though, guys. Shout out to JR. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Come on back to see me. And until next time, peace. And remember, there is more.